What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard. We'll be looking at the most expensive thing in the world. I don't know about y'all, but I'm poor. I like taking and seeing. Well, if I could raise myself up some, maybe. Well, I say some. I mean a lot. What I might be able to afford. So let's go ahead and take a look.
If there's one thing humans do better than amassing a massive amount of money, it's spending massive amounts of money. Right now, the global net worth has reached $431 trillion, and as wealth keeps increasing, we're going to need more and more expensive stuff to keep up with the demand.
$431 trillion. Let that sink in for a minute. $431 trillion. At what point in time does money become too big of a, lots of money become too big of a concept? You just can't wrap your head. 431 trillion. That is insane.
And trust me, we're very good at making some absurdly expensive stuff. So on that note, we're going to be looking at some of the most expensive things money can buy. Most expensive private residence. Antilla, $2.6 billion. When you have enough money to take care of yourself and a small community for several lifetimes, naturally, one of the first luxurious items you'd procure is an unreasonably decked out, super expensive home. At
2.6 billion for a house? See, this is where it comes into people have more dollars than cents. Jesus Christ.
At least, that's probably what Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani was thinking when he built himself a $2.6 billion mega skyscraper in India, creating the most expensive home on the planet Earth. Found in the inner city of Mumbai, India, Antilla stands at a massive 27 stories, 568 feet high, and currently houses only Mukesh Ambani and his family, giving them so much space to live in that they probably go days without seeing each other.
Dude! What? I figure it's, that's a high living, like one apartment one apartment itself that was just super, no, one building and his family. Wow! Dude, that's insane. That's completely insane. 568 feet tall to house just you and your family. Okay. Gotcha.
Built into the lower floors of the Antilla is a multi-level car lot that can hold about 168 vehicles. But if you don't want to leave through the bottom, naturally, you can always leave using one of the 3 helipads placed on the roof. 2 and a spare, I guess. Other amenities in the tower, like a 2-story recreation center, a gym, a dance studio, and a yoga studio, probably has something to do with why this home is the most expensive private residence in the world.
$2.6 billion, you might as well have some shopping down on the lowest floor. So that way you ain't even got to leave the building. Just go down to the first floor, go into the one of the shops that is at the bottom of your house, buy whatever you need, go back up. No need to leave. I mean, and with remote work, you billionaire, you could just run your businesses from the comfort of your own home. Never have to go back to the office again. Holy Jesus.
Most expensive yacht. History supreme. $4.8 billion. As we all know, if the richest of the rich aren't splurging on residential properties so they can live anywhere in the world, they're buying some of the largest, most luxurious yachts they can so they can live anywhere on the water. The most expensive of these yachts is known as the History Supreme and is owned by billionaire Robert Kwok. This yacht might not be the largest in the world, coming in at a relatively small 100 feet, compared to the runner-up most expensive yacht, the $1.5 billion Eclipse, which is about 533 feet long. Although if I were to guess what makes this...
Why? Look, there's a difference between being bougie and just tacky. That's gold, really? That's tacky. Just throwing that out there. I don't care how much money you got. Again, more dollars than you got cents. That's tacky. Paint it gold. That's tacky. That's not bougie at all. You might have money, but you ain't got no common sense. Leave it white. Paint it black. Make it red. if you want to go crazy. Gold? Ugh, you're just flaunting it. That's just sickening. I'll say that because I'd love to have that kind of money. But still.
Is yacht so expensive? It's probably because it's made out of 10,000 kilograms of solid gold and platinum. Yeah, that might have something to do with it. The dining area, the rails, deck, staircases, and even the anchor is absolutely adorned with gold and platinum. The most expensive champagne, Taste of the Diamonds, $2.07 million. If there's one thing that goes great with an incredibly expensive yacht, it's ridiculously expensive bottles of alcohol spilling on the deck of said yacht. And no drink is more fitting for a yacht party than a bottle of champagne. And as they say, go big or go home. Big in this case being a bottle of Goût des Diamants, or Taste of the Diamonds. Released back in 2013, this luxury drink has topped the list of most expensive champagne ever since. Every bottle is made from 100% Grand Cru grapes. It's produced in a small, family-owned vineyard. And, oh yeah, there's also an 18-karat white gold tag with a single deep-cut white diamond at its center.
You're not buying it for the alcohol. You're not paying that price for the alcohol. Because $2.07 million for alcohol, for champagne. It better be an aphrodisiac, and it better instantly get me drunk. Or be like a time release alcohol where, you get drunk over... I don't even know how you would take it, but Jesus Christ. Silver? A diamond with carat to it? Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless on this one, to be honest with you.
Weighing at around 19 carats. Surprise, surprise. It doesn't cost $2 million just because it tastes great. Suffice to say, this is one bottle of champagne you probably wouldn't want your guests to go home with. Most expensive painting. Salvator Mundi, $450 million. I think we can all agree that if there's anything that makes a home luxurious, it's the furnishings. Sure, you can have a gold-plated sink, but nothing beats classic paintings, making you look classier than you already are. And what's classier than the most expensive painting in existence? The most expensive painting in the world, Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, is allegedly somewhere in Saudi Arabia, hidden away by order of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Look, it's Da Vinci, so it's from Renaissance era times. You know what I'm saying? It's from way back in the day. It's from Renaissance Italy. Also, other than the rarity and the age of it, I mean, just overall, the art market itself. You take a look at paintings, even stuff that's put out right now. You're not going to find anything that's of that level, but anything's value is influenced by the market and the people and people's willingness to pay for a certain artist's artwork. So it's a little bit different with artwork, in my opinion, than some of this other stuff. Like, that should be more expensive or more valuable, in my opinion, than what the yacht is, because age, fame, the fame of the artist who did it. Da Vinci, he's one of the most famous, historically famous painters. He did all kind of stuff. Inventor, like he's that should play more of a role into the value of it, and it should be, in my opinion, worth more than that yacht that we've seen. But so this is the first one where I'm like, okay, this one's a lot of influences on this outside of just I'm gonna take and pay this for it, or a corporation going, here, you're going to pay this for this.
No one in the art world knows for sure where the painting is, speculating that it might be stashed in the Middle East or stored in a tax-free zone in Geneva.
Well, who would want to take and pay taxes on something that costs $450 million? Yeah, you store it in a tax-free zone. You want to hold on to the stuff that you've earned, just throwing that out there.
There's also speculation that it might be on the prince's $500 million yacht. As a fellow appreciator of luxury, I don't think there's a bigger flex than hanging a $450 million painting in the hallway of your yacht. The most expensive diamond, the Cullinan, $2 billion. Speaking of furnishings for your house, it's fair to admit that paintings and other similar furnishings are pretty ordinary. almost expected. If there's one thing you can buy with a lot of money, it's the ability to be unpredictable. So if you want to star in your very own heist movie, why don't you decorate your house with the most expensive diamond in the world instead? The current most expensive diamond is known as the Cullinan, not the legendary Kohinoor, a resplendent diamond whose worth has not yet been determined. Even though the Cullinan might potentially be the second most expensive diamond, good luck getting your hands on them though. The Cullinan was the largest gem-quality rough diamond ever found, weighing 21.9 ounces, or 3,106 carats. It was eventually cut into a collection of 9 diamonds. The different pieces of the Cullinan are currently part of the British Crown Jewels, which might make it a little difficult to get them for yourself, unless you're ready to assemble a team, that is.
Yeah, that team's not getting anywhere close to that, so there goes that, little fantasy. It's not like it's going to be like Ocean's 11.
Most expensive private jet. Boeing BBJ 777-8. Being incredibly rich means you not only have the choice to live in pretty much any country on Earth, but you can also even live in the middle of the ocean if you want. And with the kind of decked-out luxurious private jets on the market, you could live in the sky if you really put your mind to it. The most expensive of these private jets on the market is the Boeing BBJ 777-8, known for also being the longest-range private jet available, with a range of over 11,500 nautical miles. It features a spacious 3,256 square foot cabin.
That's more square footage than what the average house in the U.S. has. I think 1,600 foot is like the average square footage that I've seen. I think that's Jesus Christ. So it's a flying home is what it is. You can pull up on the tarmac, you ain't really got to leave it.
That $410 million price tag didn't come from nowhere after all. The interior of the jet is fully customizable and can include a range of interior spaces, including lounges, dining rooms, bedrooms, and conference rooms. And if you're afraid this jet won't give you the full experience of living in the skies, just wait a few years till hovercraft that don't overheat or need refueling are invented. We'll be right here, ready to make a list about it. Most expensive bed. Baldacchino Supreme Bed, $6.3 million.
I better instantly, and I mean instantly, fall asleep if I'm paying $6.3 million for a bed. Dude, $6.3 million for a bed? I'm guessing it's got gold. It's got gold, or it's like some kind of weird. It's made out of some kind of ostrich feather or goose down or all kinds of different furs that are, or even faux stuff that's, makes it just luxury in the form of it. But even 6.3. What, bruh? Again, more dollars than they got sense.
So you have the most expensive mansion, or a mansion-sized boat, but can you really say you're living a life of true luxury? Of course not. Until you have the master bedroom in order, that is. And how else do you do that? But by buying yourself a Baldacchino Supreme bed. Designed by Stuart Hughes, getting this bed is equivalent to buying yourself a piece of fine art. It has an interior made of 24-karat gold and weighs over 90 kilograms. This is one bed you'd actively feel guilty for sleeping on. Like all good things, this bed comes in short supply. There are only 2 of them available in the world, and one of them has already been purchased. But that shouldn't stop you from having a bedroom that looks like an art exhibit. You could always get yourself a magnetic floating bed for $1.6 million. That'd be sure to impress any guest you bring over. I mean, everything feels nicer when you're suspended in midair after all. Most expensive.
Hey, well, it's a far cry from sleeping on an air mattress, that's for sure, but it better feel like you sleeping on air for anything. 1.6 million, 6.3 million.
I mean, everything feels nicer when you're suspended in midair after all. Most expensive smartphone. Falcon Supernova iPhone 6 Pink Diamond, $48.5 million.
It's an iPhone. It's not even worth $1,000 you spend on it normally. $48.5 million? Bro, y'all stop smoking crack. Stop smoking crack. It's not good for you. Come up with crap like this. Seriously.
Some incredibly wealthy people choose to keep their wealth on the down low, driving pretty regular vehicles, wearing plain clothes, and buying a regular 300-foot yacht instead of something crazy, while others prefer to show it off with a bit of bling. And what better way to show off than picking up a phone call using the world's most expensive smartphone, the Falcon Supernova iPhone 6 Pink Diamond. That's right. The most expensive phone isn't some high-tech, space-age spy phone. It's an iPhone 6 that probably runs like crap in 2021 if Apple has anything to say about it. This customized model is covered in 24-karat gold and decorated with one massive pink diamond on its rear. In case you thought there was some other reason an iPhone 6 would cost $48.5 million. Of course, it does come with software upgrades, not found in your everyday iPhone from 2014.
You would hope so. $40 million for an iPhone. iPhone 6. Software updates not otherwise. Yeah, I would hope so. Pink diamond on the back. I mean, I guess you're definitely not going to have a case for that. I mean, because if you drop it and it lands on its back, it's definitely not breaking anything on the back. Well, I don't know. It could, force and all that good stuff. But if it falls on that diamond, not going to hurt the diamond. Not going to hurt the diamond whatsoever. Now, if you drop it and it's on the screen, that's $48.5 million. You better hope they can replace the screen on that. Otherwise, it's an even bigger waste of money than just the $48.5 million you've ponied up for it already. Because then it's, right down the drain.
But whipping this phone won't be impressing anyone at a Genius Bar. Most expensive watch. Graph Diamond's Hallucination, $55 million. If there's one thing that never fails to impress, it is an incredibly beautiful designer watch. Plus, you can wear it along with a gray shirt and blue jeans, and everyone will still think you're down to earth. Well, that is unless you're wearing the Graph Diamond's Hallucination. Trust me, this watch will get your hand chopped off if you're on the wrong side of town. The Hallucination features 110 carats of differently colored diamonds in a range of different cuts, sat on top of a platinum bracelet. Basically, this watch is shiny enough to stop traffic. This is about as far from a tactical watch as you can get. Believe me, telling time on this thing will be a real challenge at high noon. With the sun in your eye, it'll be even harder to figure out which part of this watch isn't diamond. If you're looking for something to ooze luxury, trust me, with a piece like this on your arm, everyone will know exactly who to ask for money.
It's like an 8-year-old decided they wanted to bedazzle a watch, but the 8-year-old turned into a 40 or 50-year-old, and instead of using, bedazzling it, they use actual diamonds. Same tacky concept. This is one of those things you buy just to say you've got it. It don't look pretty. It does not look pretty. You'd be better off prying each individual diamond off of this watch and putting it on a different piece of jewelry.
Most expensive gold chrome Bugatti Veyron. Flo Rida's Bugatti Veyron, $2.7 million. Obviously, this entry is a little bit narrower, but I just had to talk about this car, and you simply cannot blame me. This shiny custom Bugatti Veyron is owned by rapper Flo Rida. It started out its life as a relatively ordinary, but still very sick, pearlescent white Bugatti. But Flo Rida eventually realized what most rich people do.
You mean the guy that sings about the apple-bottom jeans, boots with the fur, wanted something with gold all over his car? Want to gold all over his car? Who'd have thought it? I mean, granted, to be honest with you, compared to some of the other stuff we've seen on this list so far, this is pretty tame. It actually doesn't look bad. It's not overly, it's gaudy, but it's not entirely tacky. Okay, it is tacky, but it at least looks nice.
What if X, but gold? And one chrome finish later, this car was born. The gold finish might make you want to steal this Bugatti, but its 1,200 horsepower, 255 miles per hour top speed, and its ability to go from 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds means you're probably going to be outrunning the cops as well. So what do you think? Are the entries somehow less expensive than you thought?
No. These were way more expensive than what I was figuring. The house for one family. What? 580 feet. Look, all right. I've seen listings for mansions that are on sale in LA, out in Hollywood and stuff like that. 20, 30, 40, $100 million, 5, 10,000 square feet, but not 580 something feet tall. Holy Jesus. And a gold yacht, I think the ugliest thing out of that whole list though was that watch. Jesus Christ. Again, an 8-year-old. Looks like an 8-year-old designed it. But the 8-year-old turned into a 40-year-old or 50-year-old, and they seen one of their previous sketchbooks and they're like, haha, this is going to look good. No, it don't. Look horrible. That was gaudy as hell. I mean, the thing is, I can't fault nobody for buying this stuff. You got the money and you so rich that you want to buy this stuff, by all means, man, spend your money. I might would be a little bit more tasteful with some of this, but hey, the only thing I do is be, wish I had that kind of money or work towards getting that kind of money. But, it is what it is. Some crazy stuff, that's for sure. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.